If you're spending 3 to 5 hours per new client just collecting forms, chasing signatures, and manually entering data into multiple systems, you're losing money every single day. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how small businesses are using AI automation to cut their client onboarding time by 70% while reducing errors and improving the customer experience. Let's talk about what's actually happening in most small businesses when they bring on a new client. Your team sends welcome emails. They attach intake forms. They wait for responses. They follow up when documents don't come back. They manually enter information into your CRM. Then they enter the same information into your billing system. Then again into your project management tool. Every new client means the same repetitive tasks, performed manually, across multiple platforms. Here's what this actually costs you. If onboarding one client takes 4 hours of staff time at $30 per hour, that's $120 in labor costs. For a business onboarding 20 clients per month, you're spending $2,400 just on administrative work that creates zero value for your clients. But the cost doesn't stop there. Manual data entry creates errors, wrong email addresses, misspelled names, incorrect billing information. Each mistake means more time spent fixing problems, delayed project starts, and a poor first impression with new clients. AI automation handles the repetitive, predictable parts of your onboarding process without human intervention. Here's the simple version of how it works. When a trigger event occurs, like a new client signing a contract, the automation system performs a series of actions automatically. It can read documents, extract information, populate forms, send emails, create records in multiple systems, and route tasks to the right people. The AI component recognizes patterns in unstructured data. It can read a signed contract and pull out the client name, contact information, service package, and start date. It can understand the intent of an email reply and take appropriate action. It can categorize information and make simple decisions based on rules you set. You're not replacing your team. You're removing the boring, time-consuming work so they can focus on actually serving clients. Let me show you a concrete example of how this works in practice. A marketing agency was spending hours collecting client information through back-and-forth emails. New clients would receive a welcome email with an attached intake form. The client would fill it out, send it back, and someone on the team would manually enter 30 data points into their CRM and project management system. Here's what they automated. When a new deal is marked as one in their CRM, the system automatically sends a personalized welcome email with a link to an online intake form. The form is pre-filled with any information already collected during the sales process. When the client submits the form, AI reads the responses and automatically creates a new client record in the CRM. It populates all relevant fields including industry, company size, decision makers, and preferred communication channels. It creates a matching project in their project management tool with the correct template based on the service package purchased. It adds the client to their billing system with the right pricing tier. If the client doesn't complete the form within 48 hours, the system sends a friendly reminder. If they still don't respond after 5 days, it creates a task for the account manager to follow up personally. The entire process happens in minutes instead of hours. No one on the team touches it, unless there's an exception that needs human judgment. This agency went from 4 hours of onboarding work per client to 30 minutes of review time. They're now handling twice as many new clients with the same team size. Here's another real-world example from a consulting firm. Their old process required someone to manually create a contract from a template, fill in client details, calculate pricing, send it for internal approval, then send it to the client and track whether it got signed. This took between 2 and 3 hours per contract, and contracts would sit in people's inboxes waiting for approval. They built an automated workflow that starts when a sales opportunity reaches the proposal stage. The system pulls client information from the CRM and automatically generates a customized contract with the correct pricing, scope, and terms. It knows which contract template to use based on the service type. The contract is automatically routed to the appropriate approver based on deal size. Deals under $10,000 go directly to the client. Deals over that amount go to a senior partner first. If the approver doesn't respond within 24 hours, the system sends a reminder and escalates if necessary. Once approved, the contract goes to the client via an electronic signature platform. The AI monitors the status and sends follow-up reminders if the contract isn't signed within 1 week. When the client signs, the system automatically creates an invoice for the deposit, schedules the first payment, adds the project to the delivery schedule, and assigns a project manager. It also triggers the onboarding workflow I described earlier. The result is that contracts that used to take a week to finalize are now completed in less than 2 days. The team spends 15 minutes reviewing instead of 2 hours creating and chasing documents. Let's look at what these changes actually mean for a small business. Time savings are the most immediate benefit. The marketing agency I mentioned is saving 3.5 hours per client across their team. With 20 new clients per month, that's 70 hours saved. At a loaded cost of $40 per hour, they're saving $2,800 monthly in labor costs alone. But the real value goes beyond direct cost savings. Faster onboarding means clients start getting value sooner. Projects begin on time. Revenue is recognized earlier. Client satisfaction improves because there's no frustrating waiting period filled with administrative tasks. Error rates drop dramatically. When humans aren't manually copying information between systems, data stays accurate. Client records are complete. Billing information is correct. Nothing falls through the cracks because someone forgot to update a spreadsheet. Your team's experience improves too. Nobody enjoys repetitive data entry. When you automate the boring parts, people can focus on work that requires human skills like building client relationships, solving complex problems, and creative thinking. The consulting firm I mentioned was able to take on 40% more clients without hiring additional administrative staff. Their project managers spend their time managing projects instead of chasing paperwork. These aren't theoretical benefits. This is what happens when you stop doing manually what technology can do automatically. Client onboarding doesn't have to be a time-consuming manual process that drains resources and frustrates your team. AI automation handles the predictable, repetitive tasks automatically. Document collection, data entry, contract routing, system updates, and follow-up communications can all happen without human intervention. The technology is accessible to small businesses now. You don't need a development team or a massive budget. You need to map your current process, identify the repetitive steps, and implement automation tools that connect your existing systems. The businesses that automate their onboarding gain time, reduce costs, and create a better experience for new clients. They operate more efficiently and scale without proportionally increasing their administrative overhead. If you're still doing client onboarding manually, you're working harder than you need to and spending money on tasks that create no value. If you found this useful, subscribe for more practical guides on AI automation for small businesses. I focus on real examples and concrete implementation steps, not theory or hype. Thanks for watching.